Hi, this is Kelly, your certified health coach.
And this is Scarlett, your life coach here in the Valley of the Sun. Welcome to Hot in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking cute today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're just all cute.
Thanks.
Yeah. And it's getting warm.
It is getting
It's getting warm.
I know.
Warm. But I'm
not
loving
ready.
it.
I'm not
really?
ready.
I kind of, the pool guy came yesterday. Freaking pool pumps. Oh my gosh. Every friggin'.
Yeah.
It's like all the time. And I
Yeah.
have two pumps. Like one pump does something and one pump does something else. And I have a waterfall and just all this stupid stuff. Next house will not have a pool.
They're a lot of work.
Oh my
and they're
gosh.
expensive.
But I was standing there with the pool guy looking at my pool. And I'm thinking, all I need is, what is it, like 2 100-degree days.
Yep.
And that pool's going to be warm.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I want it so bad. I was like, no, be patient. Be patient.
So, it'll come. It'll be here around April or May.
Yeah. It will be. It will be. Oh, but I tell you what, getting here today, some dude, I hate it when like people pass you 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, if you would just relax. Just relax.
Right.
You wouldn't have passed me 3 times.
Right?
Just stay in your lane and we're all going to get there.
Exactly.
And they're like, they can't do it. They just cannot do it. But there was some good music on my way here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that one song? Oh my gosh. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
Uh-huh.
But I was, sometimes you listen to something and the words, you're like, what?
What? Some of the old music is like that. You're just like, you love the music, but then you start listening to the words and you're like, what?
What? Yeah, what did you just say? Is that a joke? And one of the lines was, any love is good lovin', so I took what I could get.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought, well, that's pretty tolerant.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
People tolerate some weird stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Because don't take what you can get.
Right.
Don't do
Don't
it.
settle.
No.
Don't
no.
settle.
But people tolerate a lot. So I was like thinking, what is tolerance?
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, in today's climate, shall we say, bless you.
Sorry.
Oh, wait, we gotta wait for a couple more, right?
That one snuck up on me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wow, just the one.
Yeah, for now. We'll see what happens. It's that time of year.
I know. It's been so windy
It's
the
like
past couple days.
twice as bad as normal.
Yeah. But I was like, in today's climate, people are very intolerant of a lot of things.
Yes.
And what happens, I think, is like we have our tolerances. Everybody has a limit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Everybody kind of has a set limit. Like I think that we can pretty much all of us agree that we can tolerate that people have a different way of raising children.
Right. Right.
But we have that limit to where most of us become intolerant at child abuse.
Correct.
Right? And I say most of us because there's child abuse, so obviously somebody's tolerating it.
Yeah.
But, so we get to that limit and then we're like, nope,
Right.
that's it. No. Same with like people who stay in jobs that they hate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They tolerate it. They become complacent.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't like change. Change is hard.
Change is hard.
Change
it's
is
hard to
hard.
go out and look for a new job.
It is. You don't want to start over, especially you get to a certain age.
Yes.
You're like, I am not going to be low man on the totem pole.
Exactly.
It's not happening. So you tolerate certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of times we tolerate these things to our own detriment.
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, sometimes it's just not good for you.
Right.
It's not good for your health. It's not good for your mental health, your physical health.
Right.
But we We're like, psh, I only have, 5 more years or whatever,
Right.
for, I guess when you can see that on the horizon, that helps, right?
Right. Whatever
helps.
it is, yep.
Right. I think that tolerance is critical for survival.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to be tolerant of certain things, or you're never gonna make it in life.
Exactly.
It's like...
Exactly. You have to have certain tolerances, and a lot of these things are taught when we're kids.
Right.
And of course, I think as children, we are a lot more tolerant.
Yes.
Almost because we don't have certain prejudices.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We don't have the prejudices that we have learned, and we don't have the life experience.
Right.
And
Right.
the things that have jaded us.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will put up with a little bit, and then of course you get old and crotchety,
Yeah.
and you don't put up with anything.
Exactly.
It's like, nope, get off my lawn. You're not going to put up with it.
Right.
Just not putting up with it. But like, well, again, like staying too long at your job and stuff. I mean, that's not good for you.
Right.
And also, if there is like a lot of intolerance, though,
Mm-hmm.
I think that also, like what we're experiencing now, is that there is a breakdown of peace
Yes.
and security.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're staying at a job, you're at a job, you have to learn to tolerate things at a job.
Right.
You have to. And being tolerant means that you are dealing with other people's differences.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that you are, completely accepting of those differences.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like forgiveness, right? It
Right.
doesn't mean you're condoning the actions.
Right.
You're just not letting it take up space in your head.
Right. Well, I mean, and you're going to have to be tolerant no matter where you work, because unless you work by yourself,
Right.
you have to learn how to be tolerant.
Well, even working by yourself, sometimes I can't tolerate the stuff I do.
Right. Same.
Right? It's
Same.
like, seriously.
I get annoyed by the things that I do
Oh my
sometimes.
gosh. It's like, why are you doing this? But when you're at work, again, with the whole peace, you've got to keep the peace.
Right.
You don't want the discord or any violence or anything like that in a place where you have to go 5 days a week, sometimes more.
Yep.
So that it is important. It is so important. And when kids are little, I think that tolerance is important to teach so that they do learn at that young age to work with others.
Yes.
That even though somebody is different,
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn to work with them and to learn from them.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it kind of goes hand in hand what we were talking about last week with mental health.
Uh-huh.
How if you're not tolerant, and think of the experiences you could be missing out on.
Right. Right.
Think of the interesting people you would be missing out on meeting
Right.
and knowing.
Sad.
It is sad. It is sad. And like that, I think that intolerance comes from a place of fear.
Yeah, I would agree. Because it's the fear of the unknown. You don't know what they're about or what's
Right.
happening with them or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's important that we learn to listen
Mm-hmm.
to one another,
Mm-hmm.
to really hear. And again, you don't have to agree,
Right.
but listen. Don't
that-
jump to conclusions.
That goes with everything. Politics, religion, the way you raise your children, the belief system that you have.
Right,
Anything.
exactly. Like think of the friends that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even you and I,
Mm-hmm.
even though we pretty much see eye to eye on everything,
Mhm.
we still have a lot of differences.
We do. Mm-hmm.
And those are things, and again, tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that you tolerate
Mm-hmm.
that I think, oh my gosh, I would never.
Right.
I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa.
Yep.
There are things that I tolerate and you're like, really? I can see in your eyes, like, is she nuts? Well, yeah, I am. But
that's beside the point.
But we can set those aside.
Right.
We can set those. We think of all the friends that we have that
mm-hmm.
have completely different viewpoints of ours.
Right.
But we don't hold that against them.
No, we still love them.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'd do without some of these people.
Exactly.
I mean, some of my ride or dies
mm-hmm.
are completely different, and yet I know I can count on those people.
Yep.
I know I can count on those people because I tolerate that part of them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because what I get in return far outweighs that.
Right. Exactly.
Far outweighs that, which is important to consider.
Uh-huh.
These people that are so intolerant, especially like as political views, religious views,
mm-hmm.
they're like, oh, no way, that person is horrible. How can they think that way?
Right.
Are they really horrible?
Right.
Are they?
Right. I get really irritated with that, the whole I'm better than everybody because I have this religion. I'm, well, okay. No.
Yeah, trust me, you're not, right? Trust me, you are not better than everybody.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's an American thing. We have this really overinflated ego.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are so big, bad, and bitchin'.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to be humble.
Oh, yeah.
We need to be humble. You're right. We are big, bad, and bitchin'. This is the best gosh darn country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to take it down a notch.
Yeah, exactly.
And we need to show that we are tolerant of certain things. Again, we all have our levels.
Yeah.
We all have our limits.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important to try to understand another person's point of view.
Absolutely.
I think that is very important. Do you know how many times, and a lot of people think I'm pretty full of myself. And I am. I'm like up to here. I'm about neck high, full of myself. But, that leaves me a good, foot or so to improve.
Right.
And there are lots of times when you just have to be open. Go ahead and explain your side. Now, there's a chance in my head I'm laughing hysterically at you. But there's another chance that I'm thinking, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
They're right.
They have a point.
I tie my shoes differently now because my way was not the be all end all.
Right.
Right. You always have room to learn something else. You don't have to play into it. You don't have to use it. But just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right?
Right.
Didn't we? Wow, who's that? Didn't we? Like when you were being trained in dispatching.
Uh-huh.
We learned all different kinds of ways, didn't we?
Do one thing, but in different ways.
Yes.
As long as you got to the end result.
Exactly. And then when they set you free off of training, you got to choose which one you wanted.
Yes.
Whichever one worked best for you.
Right.
And it was amazing to watch all these different dispatchers use these different ways.
Exactly.
In combination. But it all got to the same place. And so you have to learn to be tolerant, especially as a trainer, to let that trainee work their way through it.
Well, and you have to be tolerant with everybody's different learning styles.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are visual learners, some people are audio learners.
Yeah.
Some people have to touch.
Yeah, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Exactly.
Let me do it.
Exactly.
And
so you have to, as a trainer, even if they learn differently than you learn, you have to recognize that they have this special way of learning, and then you have to,
Right.
My daughter struggles in school because of it. She struggles with book work, but if she does the hands-on stuff, she'll ace it every time.
Right.
And so, it's just a different style of learning.
Yeah, just exactly. If she could do that all the way through.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
She would ace that school.
Right.
She would totally ace it.
I think it's important that we remember to have respect for other people.
Yeah.
and that we have to learn to agree to disagree.
Right.
And again, it's not that I'm condoning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I'm saying, oh yeah, you're better. I'm just saying, okay,
Right.
you have, obviously, you've made it this far in life. You know what you're doing. And that's okay. It just might not be my way of doing it.
Right.
And obviously, I've come this far, so, I haven't killed anybody.
Exactly.
I may not be the best cook, but my food's tolerable. Right? So I think that's just really, really important. I think, and I'm big on this, okay? I think taking ownership is a big thing.
Oh, yes.
I am always all about responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your feelings and actions.
Whether they're good or bad. That's
Exactly.
the thing. People forget to take, they don't take ownership of the good things that they do sometimes.
Right. Oh my gosh, right?
It's like, okay, you did this. This is a good thing. Why aren't you,
celebrating that?
Yeah. Be happy with that.
Right. No one can make you feel any sort of way without your permission.
Right.
So take ownership of your feelings and acknowledge that. You can sit there and say, wow, I really do not agree with what they're doing. But as long as it's not hurting somebody else,
right,
then you need to be a little more tolerant of that and say, okay, if that's their thing, that's what they're going to do.
What drives me crazy with this whole thing, though, with the whole tolerance of people's feelings? This gets on my nerves, and I've been noticing it a lot more lately, is that everybody's allowed to vent their feelings to me, and vent their frustrations and their anger and their whatever. But if I start to vent mine, I am
shut down,
crazy, or what is your problem? Or why are you acting like that? Why are you being so snippy? Why, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I couldn't have feelings like you can.
Right.
And I've noticed that a lot lately.
Right. Yeah.
You need to allow people to have feelings.
I cannot speak any more on that. I cannot say the things I would like to say on that. Because I don't want to put you in a position. But boy, I could go off because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really frustrating.
Absolutely.
Let people have their feelings.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that those feelings are being put at you. They just need to vent their feelings, and you need to let them vent it.
Right. You need to be tolerant.
Exactly.
And who knows? Maybe you'll find a way to help them get through it.
Exactly.
I don't understand people sometimes.
We all have anger. We all have sadness. We all have feelings of loneliness. We all have feelings of happiness. Let each other have the feelings.
Absolutely. We need to be tolerant that way.
Right. And you never know, by letting them have those feelings, how much that would help them heal and how quickly that they would heal.
And then in turn, I would think that it would make the whole dynamic a much better environment.
Exactly.
If you're helping people to work through things.
Right.
And now you have a happy person.
Exactly.
And so, I don't know, that to me is kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
I don't know. Call me crazy. No, don't call me crazy. No, I think it is important. I think it's important that people do take ownership of their feelings and to be able to share those. I'm a pretty vocal person, I don't care.
Really?
I know. Go figure.
Wow.
Imagine that. I do. I whatever comes up comes out.
Yep.
A lot of times I do get that, deer in the headlight look from whoever I'm talking to, like, Oh, she said that out loud. I think also another thing to help with tolerance is to change your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Try to see things from the other person's point of view. And that's another thing that people, they just get all,
Right. Tunnel
nope,
vision.
nope,
Yep.
nope.
Blinders on.
Your point of view doesn't count.
Right.
And I really do try sometimes to put myself into somebody else's shoes. Sometimes it's hard.
Mm-hmm. It is hard.
Sometimes it's really hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when you are able to do that, I tell you, man, sometimes it's heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's like, I don't want to know.
Right.
I wish I didn't know.
Right.
That can be really, really difficult. Another thing is to just practice respect.
Mm-hmm.
Just be respectful. Unless the person is an absolute piece of garbage. Well, they deserve that respect.
Exactly. And I was just going to say, being tolerant does not mean putting yourself in harm's way.
No.
If there's something illegal going on or dangerous going on, that doesn't mean you need to put up with it.
No. I think it's important that you need to know your limit.
Boundaries.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And intolerance is also good.
Yes.
Because that protects you.
Exactly.
That protects you. You have to know what your limit is and say, you know what, that's it. I can't do that.
Exactly.
I kind of think that's where we're kind of getting to as a nation. We've been tolerant. That's okay. That's okay.
Right.
And so people push a little more. That's okay. And then something happens and we go, ho ho! What?
Right, exactly.
It's like, no. And so I think there's a lot of things now that are kind of coming to, we're like, whoa, what?
You're going to do what?
Yeah, a little bit weird stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We all kind of, no and no. I think also developing a curiosity for things helps to teach you tolerance.
Absolutely.
I'm a curious person. I'm not the kind of curious where when I was little I tore open the radio to see why it worked. I don't care.
Right.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I like people most of the time. I want to know what makes them work.
Right.
I want to know, why did you do that?
Why? What's going on with you that you
did that? What
the
the hell is wrong with you? Right. No. But sometimes I think that, like serial killers.
Right.
Like your daughter and I, we have this thing for serial killers.
Yeah, you do.
We do. But it's that fascination as to
why.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Right, exactly. Why?
Why? What is going on in your head that causes you to do things?
Right.
I was thinking about even like little things like nail biting. My sister is having a party for like Color Street nails. I don't know if you know what those are. And we were talking on her little party page about nail biting. It's like, well, what causes people to do that?
Right.
I did it for years and years. Until I sat next to a girl with gorgeous nails in high school. Never bit them again. You're not going to have better nails than me. It's just not going to happen. I didn't tolerate nail biting anymore. But I am a curious person, and I think that helps to make you more tolerant when you know more about something. Again, the whole mental health issue. I ask questions.
Exactly.
I want to know.
Right.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to make anybody uncomfortable. I'm truly curious because I want to understand. And like you said, it's that fear of the unknown.
Right.
But if we keep asking questions, that's why people travel.
Right.
They want to see these places. They want to see how these people live.
Right.
They want to see the different cultures and understand how they do things. And that way it makes it less scary.
Right, exactly.
Very less scary. I love people. I love different cultures. I love languages.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to speak several languages because I love that. And by knowing that, I'm able to have a certain tolerance for people who may not come from this country because I understand their language.
Right.
I know what they're trying to say.
Right.
And I love accents.
I do too.
Certain accents.
Yeah.
Not all. But,
Uh-huh.
like, I love Hispanic accents. Antonio Banderas. I could listen to him all day, every day. Just gorgeous accents, right? So that's going to bring us to what's hot in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
I have a friend. She and I are pretty adventurous when it comes to food.
Uh-huh.
So at least when last year we didn't get together at all, which broke my heart. But we do try to get together, and we got together earlier this month and had Bosnian food.
Interesting.
Yeah. We went to a place called Old Town Sarajevo.
Uh-huh.
Talk about a hole in the wall. It is in this crappy little shopping center. I mean crappy. I think there might be 15 parking places and 6 little POS shops set up. It was very scary.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure the place was open. Blink and miss it. It's located at 3411 West Northern in Phoenix. Wow.
Uh-huh.
You walk in and, Bosnia is in, like southeastern Europe.
Right.
You walk in, you feel like that.
Really?
It looked a little sketchy from the outside. You walk in and you're like, wow, this is very European.
Huh.
I feel like I am in Europe.
Wow.
And we sat down, and of course the guy comes over and he has a very nice accent.
Uh-huh.
Which it just made me smile. So we asked him, what's good? I have never had Bosnian food.
Me neither. I don't even know I don't know anything about it.
So he gave us his favorite, which I think was cevapi. It was a sausage, a spicy sausage on homemade bread.
Oh, yeah.
On the side, it was a vegetable dip, kind of a puree thing, know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did my friend have? I don't remember what she got. She got something a little bit different. She got some kind of a patty on this homemade bread. This bread was amazing.
Huh.
Just amazing. It was kind of like crispy on the outside, and the inside was so soft and fluffy.
Oh, yum.
Holy cow. And that's all you got, right?
Yeah.
That's all we got. Was mine looked like a sandwich with these sliced sausages, but it was this big. it was almost the size of the plate.
Wow.
And it took me everything I had to finish it. I think I left a couple bites. I was like, I can't. If I do, it's just coming back out.
Yeah.
But it was so good. So good. They have, different sausages, stuffed cabbage, soups, and it was pretty well priced. I mean, when I think of the portions that we got, it was like $8.
Oh, wow. That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. And I think, we got a bottle of water. I don't know, they had all kinds of drinks, but the water was just bottled, which fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I think that was probably like $1, because I think it was almost $10 a piece for our meals. But it was so good.
Huh.
So good. And like I said, the spiciness, it wasn't like, ooh, this is hot.
Yeah.
No, it was that, ooh, that's a little warm.
Yeah.
Really nice, And the bread, again, was just, I love bread. Oh,
yeah, bread's good.
So
Hard to
yummy.
resist.
So yummy. So seriously, if you are adventurous, if you want to try something a little bit different, we went in the late afternoon. I don't know how late they're open, to be honest. I do know that they are closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays and Tuesdays they are closed. Again, it's called Old Town Sarajevo, and it was really good. I really suggest, if you want a little something different,
Nice.
head on over there. Very European flavor to the whole ambiance, you know. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Cool.
I think that does help us to build up tolerance for people.
I agree.
I think it's important. You don't have to like everybody.
Right.
You don't have to. But I think it's important to expand our horizons and at least learn some tolerance.
Yes.
And then you can go on over to Old Town Sarajevo. Have
There you
yourself
go.
some spicy sausage.
There you go.
It is so yummy. It was really yummy. A good time was had by all.
That's good.
Don't be put off by the exterior. Just go from your car, get into the restaurant. You're fine. It wasn't all that bad. I'm just saying that because my tolerance level for certain places is a little lower than maybe some others. But yeah. But definitely, Old Town Sarajevo, 3411 West Northern Avenue in Phoenix.
Awesome.
Super yum.
Cool.
Super yum. Well, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah? Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody has a great week.
And happy Easter.
Ah, yes. Yes. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. For however you celebrate it.
That's right. However you celebrate it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, don't forget that if you're watching this on YouTube, give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Hit the notification bell and subscribe. And you can follow Hot in Arizona on Instagram. You can see a picture of my big sandwich. And you can follow me, Scarlett, at Heart Prince AZ on Facebook and Instagram.
And me, Kelly, Healthy Heart and Happy Soul, on Instagram. I'm getting rid of the Facebook.
Yeah,
So,
good for you.
yeah.
Good for you.
I'm kind of streamlined.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.